And well, welcome back. So it's time to visit the Krogan new home. Hello there.
Move along. No outsiders. He's with me, human pathfinder.
Drac. It's been a while.
Jorgel Strux sent me. I'm supposed to talk with Morda.
So now Strux is friends with the Nexus. Traitor. Think I'm a traitor too?
Shut it, Greg.
Alright, time to be tough. Let us in,
Don't
Krogan.
make me headbutt you. I absolutely will.
Tougher than you look. Alright, go ahead.
I'll spread the word so Morda knows you're here.
Good.
Yeah. Sometimes it's necessary. It's usually necessary to be tough to Krogan instead of friendly.
Must think he's pretty tough to just stroll in here.
Wonder how long he'd last in a real fight.
They're testing you, seeing if you'll take the bait.
Good luck for me that I have the true expert of Krogan culture, which is to say, I have very old and grizzled and and tough Krogan.
Should have known Morda would take over.
She'll run this place into the ground.
Bad karma naming it New Tachanka.
Oh yeah, Tuchanka is a hellhole, which when Krogan were uplifted, which is to mean they got, well, taken off their planet by Salarians before they had actually developed further their own spaceship. They had nuke bombed themselves to almost extinction.
Yeah,
So, and of course, taking them out from the planet didn't do much for them. Good.
Soft, squishy human like you should probably steer clear of the wildlife out there.
You said something about a worm?
Not a worm. The worm. Huge. Invincible. You can't miss it. It pops out of the dunes from time to time. Plows down everything in its path.
Is it dangerous?
Do I have to worry about it attacking?
As far as we can tell, it doesn't care about us, one way or the other. Just stay out of its way. It'll barrel right through you, tear you to pieces.
Thanks for the heads up.
I wonder, is it a life form or that whatever? What's that architect thing?
It was an accident. The terminal with Dr. O'Keefe's data was right next to the scrubbed ones. Don't worry, Dr. Gunnar. I'll track it down.
Okay, Krogan and geneticist.
Hello. I noticed you were listening. Is it because you're a fan of the Krogan genius, Dr. O'Keefe? I'm frantic because a terminal with all his research was accidentally sold to a junker.
No. Maybe. What was on it?
His work regarding Krogan physiology and the genophage was advanced. I was his protege. Or, I was acquainted with his protege.
Anyway, it's encrypted, but it would be bad if it fell into the wrong hands. I can give you a nav point and the name of the scavenger I accidentally sold it to.
Who was this O'Keefe?
Talk about Dr. O'Keefe like I should know who that is.
Dr. O'Keefe was on the leading edge of Krogan genetics, and possibly curing the genophage.
And not using the slow genetic mutation approach the Initiative has invested in.
I had a collection of his research. I hope to cure the genophage in the colony.
Send me the nav point and the terminal identification.
Done. I hope it's still on the planet. The Junker was aggressive.
Oh yeah, of course. The Krogan are a tough species, and the genophage cured would up their breeding ability. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Krogan likes sweet treats. That's in a sense. It's in a sense interesting that, of course, the Krogan are the most the poster boy of ill-tempered, tough alien species of the Mass Effect universe, but they're also shown so lots of those aversions and subversions of them, as in that, hey, this guy likes likes gingerbread.
Stupid Audi can't even dodge.
Or something like this Krogan wants to writes poetry to Asari, and of course some others may also speak very.
Don't be stupid. Morta will find her way.
Yeah, there's lots of grudgy things around here. Okay, this is no textured proteins covered in salt so that you can tell the difference. Yep. Yep. I said it wasn't textured proteins. I never said it was original meat. It's built from a template of preserved tissue, though. You can ask scientists. It's real warrior meat, even if it never hung the bone itself. Now quit whining and make an offer. Yeah, that's actually pretty smart. Yeah, Krogan are not stupid. They are smart.
Went on a worm the other day. Almost got me.
We're lucky
If you head out worm hunting, let me know. I'll plan your funeral.
So is it that kind of remnant machine worm, or is it something completely different? Because if it were something completely different, there might be trouble.
You fixed that leak? Working on it.
Yep, Krogan are here. They're settling this planet.
Drac, you old wreck. Swing by when you ain't so busy playing hero. We'll catch up.
Not.
I have stories, let me tell you.
Let's have a talk with Not Grot.
An old friend practically built this whole place. Don't let the fact that he's not bother you. He can't help it.
What do you think of the colony? Pretty great, huh?
It has certain charm.
It's rustic.
That's what we're going for. Rustic.
I'm guessing you have questions.
Well, Draken.
You seem at home here, Drac.
And you're not getting any younger. Ever think of retiring?
The day you dig my grave, old-timer.
Sad honor that'll be.
Grot.
How do you know Drac?
We mined together back when our quads had barely dropped.
Now I just can't seem to get rid of him.
Well, so what's the
There's
building?
a lot of prefab materials here. And shuttles.
Some of it was gear we had stored away on the Nexus.
The rest we sort of stole when we left. Not like anyone was gonna stop us.
Well, yeah.
The plants here. Where'd they come from?
Ever since the clan got here, Vorn and his assistant have been working hard on the greenhouse.
We built him and Hark some pretty fancy digs. Lights and everything.
New Tachanka's plants grow way better than the ones back home. Way less radiation.
Oh yeah, of course.
How long has the colony been here?
Since we left the Nexus, after the mutiny.
Just like that? Leave the Nexus, start a colony?
We're Krogan, kid. We can live anywhere.
Oh, that's true,
Could have
but
parked our tails on a volcano and handled it just fine.
well,
I'll talk
That's
to you
all,
later.
and Krogan and yeah, being a species built to be nigh unkillable shithouse, brick shithouse, gives you an edge in settling things.
I don't sell Rincol to humans. Matter of principle.
Oh yeah, that's. I was just.
What was it like traveling on the Nexus?
Don't know. I remember Solarians packing us into cryo. Some of us needed a double hit to fall asleep. Then, nothing. Suddenly we were here. You want to know more, ask Barrack. Says he woke up mid-journey and lived 50 years alone on the Nexus.
He has to be lying.
Probably. Good story, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe not true, but hey.
What do you have against selling Rincol to humans?
Spent too much time babysitting humans who think they can stomach it. Fact is, you can't. Maybe it won't kill you, but it'll leave me a mess to clean up.
I bet I could handle it.
Typical.
How's life?
What's it like living out here?
It's no paradise, but it's easier than Tuchanka. Back home, stepping outside during a nuclear wind could tear the plate from your skull.
That's hard. Well, why you live? Well,
What
of
made you
course,
pick up
why
and
you
come to
wouldn't leave
Helios?
Tuchanka? It's a
I was
shithole.
sick of living on a dead planet, watching my people tear each other apart. Hitching a ride on the Nexus was a chance to start over.
But you left the Nexus.
And built this. Best decision the Krogan ever made. Just wish it was on better terms. Not wise to burn bridges out here.
What's this
What's
wrinkle?
Rincol?
Krogan alcohol. Like drinking a live grenade. I distill it myself. Strongest in the galaxy.
That's impressive.
Not really. I'm the only distiller in the galaxy.
Well, that's true. When
Remind me to stock up.
you are the only one, you're the best.
That's all for now.
Back to it.
But still again, of course, if it's an alcoholic beverage, all right, it's distilled, which means it has to be something like hell. If it's strong enough, it's a.
Orca, listen to yourself.
I know what I saw. Did that worm think I wouldn't notice? It's my squad, not Gren's, and I'll be damned if I let them take orders from him.
Shaman Kotik.
What do you want me to do?
Handle it, Kortik, or I will.
Yeah, but any case,
Half the time, I feel like I'm the only one holding this colony together.
Trouble?
Varga and Gren fought together back home, side by side, but always in competition. Made them stronger. Now they have no enemies to fight, so they're fighting each other. I can see the tension building, colonists taking sides. This is how clan wars start,
well, that won't
A
help the
divided
colony.
colony will never survive out here.
which is why we need to act fast. Best way to stop this feud is to perform a rite of union.
Which is?
Shove them into a ring with a beast. Make them fight as a team. Defeating a common foe creates a powerful bond. Krogan don't take that lightly. Help me perform the rite, and we can hold this colony together.
Is the feud that
You
bad?
really think Varka and Gren could cause a war?
Big problems can start out small, not taking any chances.
Well, how do I help?
How am I supposed to help with the rite?
For one, they need something to fight.
I hope you don't mean me.
No, but I do need you to help me drive a beast into the arena. Shamans make a special lure for this. Should help subdue it.
Well, I'm in.
I'll do whatever I can to help.
Good. Set this lure out in the wilds to attract a fiend. The beast might be feisty at first, so stay on your toes. I'll keep Varka and Gren from each other's throats till you get back. Good luck.
Oh yeah. So some kind of. I want to pick up some nice, pretty model. Oh yeah, but as in the interesting thing about which matter of Krogans and their religious practices is that they have these shamans, which may be male or females. That is not the big thing. It's the fact that when they are there, they can be they have go through very hard in tests of strength and endurance and all that, and commitment to become shamans. And of course, when they become shamans, they also go out of they are also not give up their families so that they can be neutral.
I'm leaving. No way this colony will make it.
Come on.
I'd love to take time
Oh yeah, well that's reasonable state. Place is a shithole, but when there's nowhere else to go, you are stuck in a shithole. That's... It feels like it's Krogan psychology. They take things very bluntly, as in that things are as they are, and they don't embellish their views. They don't embellish. Well, it's something like they don't embellish anything. That if Krogan says he's angry, and he wants to kill things. So, Rorik, let's have a chat.
Pathfinder, when you travel, do you meet many Angara?
Sometimes.
Have you met one named Lieta?
I don't think so. Why?
She was a salvager, made runs to Eladin all the time. When she landed, she would always stop here first. We climbed the dunes together, took in the view, talked for hours. Lieta had a hard time in this heat, so I said I'd make her a cryo bracelet.
Were you two?
You know, actually, if it...
We were friends. At least I thought so. One day she just stopped coming. I don't know where she is, if I'll ever see her again.
She'll be in trouble.
You think something happened to her?
She could have taken a new job. Maybe she was sick of Eladin. But if there's even a chance she ran into trouble, I can't stand not knowing.
What is she like?
Tell me more about Lieta.
She's adventurous, optimistic. Her jokes could make a Krogan blush.
That
In a place
is
like this, she stood out. I think she'd stand out anywhere.
Well, I wish to help
I could
Krogan.
track her down for you. Make sure she's okay.
Salvager at the Paradise might know something.
I would like that. If you find her, will you give her the cryo bracelet? Tell her she can use it to visit me again. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Well, you are not...
You seem different from the other Krogan.
My father called me a Solarian in a Krogan body. Supposed to be an insult. Joke's on him, though. I like Solarians.
Oh yeah, even though
Sounds
Solarians
like
created the
was an easy
genophage,
choice
which
for you.
neuter, quite much neuter
Galaxy,
the species.
right? Not interested in being a merc like my father, or battling it out on Tachanka. I almost didn't want to be packed into cryo for the journey. Wanted to see the whole thing.
Would have been pretty lonely.
Never been bothered by loneliness. The views would have been worth it.
Actually, no, they would have been just black.
What are you doing up here?
Although, what is it, going faster than light would probably
Back
mean
home
that you
we
could
didn't
have
have time
gotten
to
the
just
blue
stop.
shift.
Is life that different here?
It was all about survival. Here we don't have to fight so hard. Of course, the older ones still think they have to fight. Maybe it's just in their blood.
They'll come around.
Well, goodbye.
I should get going.
So it's...
World's better than Tachanka.
Yeah, but they left a shithole world of their own to make a better world. That's very good, and as in that they didn't come here just to make big trouble.
The customers too much. Pathfinder, welcome.
Which really brings...
For our colony, you ignorant child. Shut up, old man. Sorry about that. Don't mind him. Credits are credits, I say.
Wise approach,
Business
practical.
won't get far if you only sell to Krogan.
He's more concerned with proving a point than growing his clientele. Good thing he has me. Now buy something before he starts yelling again.
I got shotguns. All kinds of handy stuff. Oh yeah, Baruch, I wanna talk to you too.
Well, look at that. Not one of those damn scavengers, are you?
Well, I'm Pathfinder.
I'm with the Andromeda initiative.
That's worse. Look, you want to buy, talk to my seller. I hired him so I don't have to deal with the customers.
Well, what about the cryo?
I hear you woke up on the journey to Helios.
That cryo wasn't enough to keep me down. Was alone for 100 years before we reached the cluster.
I thought it was 50 years.
50, 100, it's all the same when you're living on nutrient paste.
The Nexus is paradise compared to this. You don't want to go back, even a little?
So we can be your attack dogs again? Get treated like dirt until we finally fight back?
Oh
This is
yeah.
no different than the rebellion back home. Only time we get respect is when we take it by force. We were stupid to think it would be any different here.
Oh, that's very harsh attitude.
You talk like you saw the rebellions. You can't be as old as Drac.
What's that supposed to mean? I was born during the final year, just before the Turians hit us with the genophage. My father died in the fight on Canrum. Took 24 Turian guns to drop him. I'm glad he didn't live to see us riding in cargo on the Nexus like pets.
Yeah, he's bitter.
Bet the scavengers are crawling all over the salvage you pick up.
Not too bad. I picked my scrap out in Ataraxia, where squishies like you can't handle the heat. I don't get too close to the flophouse. Scavengers gather there like insects. Can't defend my salvage against those numbers. Look at me. I was a warrior, and now I fight vermin over a junk heap.
Well, goodbye
I should
then.
get moving.
He's in a
I'll
sense,
be here, selling junk.
he feels pretty sad and embittered that yeah, Krogan have taken a hard beating to the Andromeda, to the Milky Way species. And of course, the know that genophage, it wasn't designed to kill the Krogan, as in those, the Mordin Solus, the Krogan scientist, Salarian scientist who was actually improved it, as the Krogan were starting to adapt to it, went to state that, yeah, killing Krogan with genophage would have been easy. That was not the plan. It was reduce the fertility rate to so that it was 1 out of 1,000 child births would be viable, which still would have allowed population growth. It would have slowed it down, of course, but it still would have allowed it. But they didn't know the psychological impact it had.
Can't be lost.
Which is to say, Krogan took it pretty hard and then just decided that there's no hope in our species. Let's just keep being troublemakers, general thugs, and unpleasant goons to the whole galaxy and just forget everything. Or just throw everything to hell. Why bother to be anything because there's no hope? And of course, some they also left here. It's a sad story, but it's something you can be learned, as in that Krogans are not. They are just stupid species of crazy brutes, although they do appear like it. Sometimes they even are something like that, but they generally are not stupid brutes. Which of course it means they do survive pretty well. And of course, knowing that the Krogan had taken a heavy heart, of course then it became some sort of a status symbol for all kind of tough guys to, hey, I have a Krogan henchman, or I have a Krogan bouncer, or whatever job Krogan have excelled at, being strong, but yeah, but this place is quite much of a, yeah, Krogan have built their own colony. Quite much, they've got it to work quite well. It is not the most beautiful place.
Got a few shuttle parts out by Hill's Promise. Nothing good.
Well, any case, this game still has that feeling of a Western, as a Western game. As in that you settle the new colonies. There's lots of desert places, of course, knowing that there probably wouldn't be any nice green pastures in a world like this. But that it's just well, there's the one place. Ah, damn it! Wrong door again. It's still quite much of a maze in here. Where the hell is that? Is Morda? Drac is also Nakmor, but he's of course he's Drac.
You let him ship off to Kadara? What were you thinking?
Yep. Now here's the same person who actually knows about Kadara. Let's ask him.
I could try.
He's my son, Nera. She let my only son fly to that hellhole.
If Arcal wants to be a heavy for some Kadara slime ball, he can. I wasn't gonna stop him.
He'll be treated like an expendable attack dog and he'll die. And his death will be on your hands.
Or he's using them to make a bunch of credits so we can live easier.
Oh, he'll be
He's
fine.
a Krogan. You guys don't go down that easy.
You're cracking jokes? I should beat you into the dust, Nexus scum.
Hey, watch it.
You should go. I'll handle this.
But she asked me. You asked me. Sheesh.
Yep. They are tough. They got ill temper. They are strong. Oh yeah, he had a microfabricator. He hoped to fix it. Now it's gone to wreck. All right. Yep. There's all kinds of things happening inside the colony, which is yeah. Somebody sold meat, Warren meat. Then there became scuffles that hey, it's cloned meat, and yeah, it's not actually made with that actual real stuff you said it to be, and all that kind of. Yeah. What are you?
You must be the Pathfinder.
That's me.
What's your role here?
What do you do at the colony?
Botany. Sort of. I'm Vorn's apprentice. He's the real genius with plants.
Well, what's the plant
Know
life in
anything
here?
about those crazy plants out on the dunes?
The red ones? Well, there used to be a lot more of them.
What do you mean?
You see all those red banners outside? The red paint on the walls? Yeah? The crushed leaves make a perfect dye. Other than that, not much use. Pretty to look at, though.
Oh,
How's research going?
Slowly. We're fine on Eldon, but plants aren't. They need a better defense against the elements. I want to experiment by crossing vegetation with the native animal life on Eldon.
that sounds fun.
From what I've seen of the wildlife, those will be some exciting plants.
Now I just need to convince Vorn. He thinks it's too dangerous. I guess there's a chance of breeding carnivorous plants like the ones back home, but it's worth the risk.
Yeah, well,
I'll leave it to your
goodbye.
work.
That's actually very smart. Krogan are hoping to make this planet better. Of course, they still have their pride that they don't want to be treated like expendable attack people of extreme. And this must be Nakmor Mord. But let's just tag this Ravanor.
You Ravenor Brank? Struck sent me. He said that you...
There's the Warlord.
Yes. Find me later near the fighting pit.
Hey, Nexus. I'm the one you talk to around here.
Are you Morda?
I'm Nakmor Morda, Overlord of the Krogan in Helios.
Overlord?
Drac, Kesh said you had a new job.
She didn't tell me you did.
And you're the celebrated Pathfinder from the Hyperion, found at last.
I'm Ryder.
This is thrilling. I've never stood so close to a Pathfinder before. Mostly because the Krogan never got one. Welcome to New Tuchanka.
Well, let's just relax and
mean
be
that?
calm.
Because it doesn't sound like you mean that.
You're right. I don't. You weren't there when the Council species on the Nexus banded together to screw over the Krogan. Again. New galaxy, same crap.
I'd just like you to give me, personally, the benefit of the doubt.
Why are you here, Pathfinder? To see what a successful colony looks like?
Yes.
Our outposts are new. We could use the advice.
Your manipulation is so transparent. No advice for you. Only regret. Watch. The Krogan will thrive and the initiative will pay. Get out of my face before I smash it.
Well, it's been a treat.
I'm gonna journal about this later. See you soon.
Yep. She's got a bad attitude. And I'm gonna continue this next time. See ya.